This Green 11 Plus is called Tack and the Power of Juju.
This was a pretty technical route with a few dynamic sequences. I opted for a coordinated dynamic start, but the first move can also be done more statically using the roof of the incut section. Pulling in and walking up was to get myself in a better position for this crucial bump. Without it, it would have been very difficult to match my foot in the volcano hold. It took me a while to figure out what I needed to do here. Fortunately, the volumes and holds were good enough that I wasn't using too much energy. And of course it ended up just being a high left foot. This was a pretty good spot to perch at to shake out the arms. Really small detail, but the foot bump to the volume did help to reduce the sharp angle of the squat here. The horns are sloped here, so it's important to maintain core tension in conjunction with good foot placement. When at the underclings, I'd recommend stepping on the outer edge of the lowest horn to maximize the inward weight leverage. Stemming against the right wall while keeping the right undercling allows me to cross over to left palm the volume as an intermediate to match the right hand. That previous foot placement could be the difference maker here. This position ultimately allows me to push my way up the horns and eventually to the volume. I needed to get my right hand up and palming the next volume, but the volume that my foot was on was rather steep, so this required a very controlled mantle in order to stem my right foot against the right volume, freeing up the hand for the much needed bump. Pinching the barely textured footholds allows me to transfer my weight over the volume. Stepping on the outer edge of the volume gives a better inward leaning angle. This is followed by a slow, controlled fall into the volume on the left wall. I couldn't reach it with a crossed arm to match, so I figured it must be a different approach. Instead, getting a high left foot on the volume allowed for a side press upward by palming the right footholds. As of the posting of this video, the flat edge volume on the left has been removed, so the intended beta was indeed a dynamic step up to catch the volcano. But since this was my flash attempt and I really didn't want to risk what I believed at the time to be a lower probability move, I tried my best to cheat the system, so here's a couple of minutes of struggling for a solution. I was thinking about the dyno, but I bailed on the idea. I really didn't want to drop the flash. So instead, I tried, well, whatever this was. I was able to find a way to get up, but now I'm backwards, and I can't reach. This was honestly more trouble than it was worth, and arguably harder. I should have probably just gone for the dyno.